Now, when I'm not whinging about mental health, I write for an online music blog. Now, before anyone asks, no, it's not a blog about pop music, or classical music, or smooth jazz. No, I write about the only form of music that comes with bullet bells. That's it, easy listening. Heavy metal, of course, heavy metal. Recently I wrote an article about how certain influences from the extreme right have infected a few very small areas of heavy metal. In particular, I was bothered by what's known as National Socialist Black Metal, or NSBM, and yes, that's National Socialist as in Nazi black metal. So, I wrote this article about NSBM and a new wave of anti-fascist black metal bands that are calling out Nazi bands, making it much more difficult for them to record albums or play live. I went out of my way to be rude and offensive about Nazis. I felt that when you're dealing with Nazis and journalistic integrity and balance can fuck off. So I called one group of white supremacists, American Nazis that are obsessed with inbreeding. I referred to how easily triggered the extreme right were by calling them easily triggered Nazi snowflakes. Nothing triggers a Nazi more than calling them easily triggered. Yeah, the extreme right don't really do irony. I think they think it means a little bit like iron. I ended the article by asking them to bugger off out of my subculture and stop embarrassing the rest of us who aren't brain-dead racist arseholes. It felt great to vent a little spleen about something that I've always felt strongly about. I felt very proud of what I'd written when I submitted it to the editor of the blog. However, as I waited for the article to be published, I started to get quite nervous. As I mentioned in the article, Nazis can be just a little bit sensitive to criticism. Online trolling is just the start. Some campaigners ban threats of violence, even death threats. They turn up at people's home addresses. There have been violent attacks all the way up to actual murder. Yes, I know, I was shocked too. Who'd have thought people who believe in racist mass murder would be dangerous and violent? A lot of the anti-fascist metal bands I was in contact with on Twitter were constantly getting threatening emails and tweets, so I knew what I was letting myself in for. Now that the article was about to be in the public domain, I was starting to feel very, very exposed. So, the article was published and posted on Facebook and Twitter, and it did well. It was retweeted and shared a lot. I took a deep breath, and I waited for the hatred and death threats to start piling in. I was ready to report and block. I'd even done special thumb exercises so I could block people really quickly. A couple of days went past, lots of shares and lovely comments from nice anti-fascists and left-wing people. I thought, well, it'll take a while for the Nazis to find it. Maybe they're getting help with some of the longer words. A week, nothing nasty, just lots of lovely people leaving positive, supportive comments. Week and a half, still nothing. Turns out these evil Nazis aren't nearly as ruthlessly efficient as I had feared. 2 weeks, not a threat in sight. I had made a principled stand against Nazism, and I was starting to think it was downright rude of the Nazis not to bloody notice. 3 weeks, still no threats, no insults, no one suggests I was born out of wedlock, no doxing, no dogpiling, just lovely, sweet people sharing my article and saying how bloody great I was. A couple of people even made comments about how brave I'd been, the patronising bastards. After a month, nothing. To date, still nothing. Not one single death threat. Not one. How am I supposed to have credibility on anti-fascist metal Twitter if no one wants to kill me? How a neckbeard Death Camp, who are a radical anti-fascist war metal band, and I'm so fucking happy that radical anti-fascist war metal is now, a thing. How a neckbeard Death Camp going to take me seriously when nobody wants to kill me? They're getting death threats on a daily basis. I can't even get trolled. Now, before anyone points it out, I know it's irrational to be upset at not being threatened. Even I think it's weird, and I'm used to my fucking nonsense. I think it's probably linked to either my chronic middle child syndrome, because, you know, a death threat, wow, that's a lot of attention. or to my clinical depression. Because if loads of people wanted me dead, it would make my own suicidal tendencies seem far less extreme. You see, loads of people want me dead, it's not just me. Wanting to kill me is on trend. Yeah, it's definitely down to one of those two things. It's definitely got nothing to do with the fact that I made a huge fuss about being really scared of being attacked and then not being threatened makes me look like a massive melodramatic idiot. Yeah, it's definitely the other two things, it's not the melodramatic idiot thing. I think my next article on this subject will just be the statement, fuck NSPM! Followed by my name, full contact details, a step-by-step guide to bomb making, and a list of post offices with really lax security. Because if you haven't had a death threat or been subjected to a violent assault, have you even taken on the extreme right? Yeah, because I haven't. When I was writing the article that clearly didn't bother Nazis, I spent quite a lot of time doing research on the extreme right. Now, I've seen analogies of looking at alt-right culture, as in going down the alt-right rabbit hole, or going through the alt-right looking glass. Yeah, I'd rather not use Alice in Wonderland analogies on this, so let's call it diving into the alt-right cesspit, or possibly surfing the alt-right sewer. Although it would more accurately be described as the time I spent reading tweets written by cunts. Yeah, the ideology is disgusting and the spelling and grammar will make you cry. One of the common things that appears in the alt-right sewer is the concept of white supremacy and white pride. Now, I really don't get white pride. I've felt proud of lots of things in my life. I've never felt proud of a lack of melanin. My parents were pasty and white, I'm pasty and white. How's that an achievement? I mean, if anything, it's my parents' achievement. And is that how it works? Because I also inherited my mother's proclivity for having migraine headaches. Should I be starting, I'm in so much pain? Pride. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not having about any other form of pride. If you come from an attacked and maligned minority, then simply being yourself in a white, cis male, straight-aligned society is an achievement and you can be proud of it. Particularly when you compare it to white pride, which is pride in the slave trade, colonialism, the Holocaust, and of always making everyone else feel afraid. Openly expressing that kind of entitlement is the equivalent of having racist, genocidal, thieving, intolerant, psychotic twat tattooed on your forehead, which apparently is now fashion in alt-right culture. It must be hard growing up in a white pride family. Morning, son. You're looking very pale this morning. Good. It must be stressful playing outside when you know that the more time you spend in the sun, the less your parents will love you. Which also raises the question, do white supremacist truck drivers really fucking hate one of their arms? Now, neo-Nazis in the States now have their own champion in the White House with Donald Trump, the orange white supremacist. It really does highlight the inherent stupidity of the extreme right, thinking that Trump, who was born a billionaire, was an anti-elite man of the common people. It really does make you wonder how so many people can be so stupid. But then I remember that many extreme right-wing Americans don't believe in evolution. Do you think evolution has heard about this, has taken the hump, and has decided not to believe in right-wing Americans? Now you can go backwards, because to a Homo habilis, or an Australopithecus, Donald Trump must seem quite impressive. That also probably explains that. You know that weird hand gesture he does when he's giving speeches? That thing, yeah? He's showing his supporters his opposable thumb. Vote for me and soon we'll all have opposable thumbs. Now, I think one of the main reasons that white supremacy kind of just feels wrong is the fact that these arseholes think they have the right to colour match who other people have children with. And when you get right down to it, that's telling people who they're allowed to fall in love with. And that just feels so wrong. We don't need white supremacy to tell us who to fall in love with. We already have alcohol, bad decisions, hormones, and the desire to piss off our parents. And I think that's enough. Now, I would just like to say at this point that if I have upset or offended or irritated anyone by talking about extreme right-wing politics, and you'd like to have a go at me, and maybe threaten my safety, or you'd like to go the whole hog and threaten to kill me,